What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Tank is our subject of today, and I will say he's a talented singer, but he's an idiot. He's not that bright. He says a lot of stupid things that kind of go viral, and it's interesting because a guy at his talent, you would think that he would go viral for actually making an album. But when you're lazy and dusty like Tank is, you make all of your noise on podcasts and on Instagram comment posts and not actually using your God-given talent, which is the same. And here we go again with this particular conversation. I'll stop roasting him up real quick. And I want to talk about this whole point that Tank said on Cash Dow's comment section. Now, Cash Dow made a point that says, I think women take men back over and over again because they're afraid of being alone. Stop the show. Why must you abbreviate everything? Like take men back. BCK, again, because BC. This is the kind of chicks y'all want somebody to deal with. Like abbreviating words that like back is BACK. So what would it take you? What would it have taken you to put the A in there? I mean, just lazy and dumb. And y'all want somebody to pay for y'all rent and be a high value man for you. You can't even put the damn vowels in there. But anyways, Tank commented and said this. Sad music. Women by design are nurturing. Women by design are forgiving. Stop the show. I don't know about that. Not in the black community. I don't think so. Women by design desire companionship to be supportive and uplifting. Stop the show. Again, didn't see that when I was growing up. But anyways, just kidding. Some of y'all do. Sad music. Men by design take advantage of that, leaving more damage and even more issues than what are innate. Women are better at building. Stop the show. I'll read it again. Women are better at building. Stop the show again. I'll read it again. Women are better at building and men are better at destroying. But we can't live without you and you can't live without us. Hell of a cycle. Again, she's not wrong. I'm just adding the full spectrum to her statement. Like, I'm even about to start coughing because he's so stupid. And this is the reason why we have idiots that are buffoons in our communities, okay? Let me just say this, because if you look at any country that is developing or that has been developed from a developing status, look at the United States of America in the 1700s and where they are now. Can we not say that it was men that really put the systems into place to make the country what it is? Now, we did have a civil war, that's true, but men are the ones that were putting the community in, I would argue, even the slaves, not to discount anything that women did in that time, but the plans for the cities, the plans for the healthcare system, largely the manufacturing sector, the agricultural sector that was built in the nation, technology, innovation. Men do those things. If you look at the countries that are started right now, we're on Google, which is owned by YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. If you look at all of the things that are being dominated right now, these are innovations made by men. But what Tank is saying is something that is more specific to our community. What he means to say is black men are destroyers, okay? So just let me kind of take his word and put the word black on, okay? Black women are better at building and black men are better at destroying. That's what he's saying. Because this conversation is really an African-American conversation, all right? Now, let's just take that. Now, do we have guys in the black community who are perpetual destroyers? Absolutely. Look at Chicago. Look at Black Philadelphia. Look at all these places, and you will see evidence of that. But what we don't want to talk about is where these destroyers come from, what environments that they come from. Again, we don't want to talk about that, right? And if you look at those guys who are the builders, well, typically those guys don't stay in the black community. Those guys leave. Let's look at women now. Women are better at building. Now, let me just be honest and say we do have great, talented women in the African-American community that they are doing some great things. I can't lie. I went to the university system with some of these ladies. Okay, I was friends with them. I got stop the show. Some of them I wanted to date and I couldn't, but I understand that you have women who run companies and you have women who have community initiatives and things like that. But as a whole, can we say in the last 50 years that since women have been head of household, or that women have been, given an advantage in the black community, or we could even remove men away from it? What has the leadership and building of women in the community, what has it led the black community to do? Okay? I can tell you what it's done. It's been remarkable. All right? The results that we have seen now are astounding. Okay? 50 years of, single mother led homes and, black women empowerment. Sure, it has caused some developments because more women are in the economy. You have more women who have went to school and things like that. Those things are great. But to say that women in our community in the building process has been better than what men could have done, I think that argument doesn't really exist because, again, men are the builders. The civil rights that we got as a black community, men built that. They risked their lives. Women did too, but men were the spearheads of those discussions. Okay? And I think that we, like Tank, many men believe that men are the destroyers. Black men are the destroyers of the community and women are the builders. And we just don't understand that. A lot of the men who are destroying the black community right now don't have a father. Their father was selected by the mother. He was not there. And then when the guy goes out there and does something crazy, then you want to say, oh, well, where's the daddy at? The daddy was never supposed to be there in the first place. She knew that when she got with him. All right. And we have to stop trying to down what men can do. Men are the ones that, regardless of what time it is, I'm not saying that women don't work hard. But if it's a dangerous job that has to be done or something that has to be done all night, because there's even a difference between the women that work for me, all right, and the guys that work for me. The guys that work for me are going to stay and do what they have to do all night. The women, they have the opportunities to get into things. They're not going to do it, right? I mean, I'm just saying not all of them, but they're just not. And you even have that in the healthcare system. Men are going to work longer hours. They're going to work harder. They're going to do things like that, right? And so when you denounce your men and say that they are destroyers in favor of women, you get what we have right now in the present day. And Tank sounds like a man that was raised by his mom or raised by, somebody like that, because men are always supposed to build for the communities. All right. Women like it that way. It's easier for them. Women don't want the stress of having to build. And we would really have to sit back and say, well, in our community, what is the results of women building or leading our community? What have been the results? What tangible actions have taken place that benefit the black society as a whole? I'll let you answer that in the comments. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.